Boom.
Boom, and we're live. To those listening, Paul, I woke up in a funk this morning, and Paul just got his arsehole out. He just,
I think we can get.
He went forward, pulled his pants down, and got his arsehole out, and then I got curious to how much ratio of arsehole you'd be able to show before you got pulled off YouTube.
Yeah, just to be slightly more descriptive, we so.
Let's not go into it. Let's be mindful.
Yeah, there was a pause before we hit record, and I seen you was deep text, and you was in just a trance, looking down at your phone, and I thought, I'm just gonna walk my ass crack across the screen and see if you notice it. And then he had this like wave come over me, and thought, shit, what if he's hit record? Do you know what I mean? And then that opens the discussion. How much nude is acceptable on YouTube? What's the correct amount of skin to show? What areas? More.
What areas? Yeah, like a female nipple? No. Male nipple? Yes.
Yeah.
If I was to pull my pants down now, and then just raise my bottom, just raise it up and up and up and up, and then you would just start. And like, how much ratio of asshole? Probably zero asshole, right? Maybe you could get on the top of the crack, maybe like 35%. But I want to know. I want to know these details. I want to go into it. I want to deep dive today.
I like your appearance this morning. You've tipped up looking like a Serbian ready to go into a boxing match, like an outdoor bare knuckle fight.
Dude, I have been fucking. I'll tell you what I did this morning. So the way Paul's morning started was he got up early, he grinded, he hustled, he went to the gym, he did deadlifts, he's fucking at the tattoo studio ready to go. I've worked my ass off these 3 days, put everyone in my, because obviously Christmas tomorrow. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, did a jolly good season.
I have these gifts for you, they're up in my bum, my pum pum.
Dick in the ass.
Oh, I love that dick in my ass. Remember that? Paul and I watched. Well, we didn't watch it together, did we? You watched porno, and we conversed about it, and you showed me this porno where the guy was like, "Do you like that dick in your ass?" And she's like, "Oh, I love that dick in my ass."
Dick in my ass. I don't pop in.
Yeah, and I woke up and I've just literally I was like, I'm not setting an alarm, so I woke up naturally. I did wake up at 6:30 still, so that's not too bad. Got up, put some clothes on, and just let's go.
Yeah, well, I imagined like this pod this morning. I had this vision where it was gonna like burst into song right at the start, and everything was gonna be cool. But
you want to do that now?
Asshole instead of song. That's
mad. It usually does.
Yeah, it usually does. So I had to, before I've come to the shop, I've got a customer at 10, but I had to ring my brother then, because every single time I do a pod with you, I put my phone on airplane mode, but all my devices are linked up. So every single time we do this pod, he fucking rings midway through it, and it comes up on the screen and disturbs that shit. Mate, I'm fucking charged, man. I got up this morning. I had porridge with golden syrup oats with a cup of tea. I got to the gym. I bought a pre-workout energy drink at the gym, and I've got to work, and I'm having a coffee.
You're a wild man.
I'm a motherfucker. I really know how to celebrate Christmas. Ask anyone. A pre-workout, a tea, and a coffee, and that's before lunch.
They call him Party Paul.
They call me Caffeine Paul. Sometimes just caffeine for short.
Sometimes they call him Jittery Bug, and sometimes they just call him Jittery.
Yeah.
Bug boy.
Sometimes they call me incredibly muscly.
No, they don't.
And large. I've been often referred to as tall, dark, and handsome. How is it short, plump, and cute? I don't know. You tell me. What's the variation? What's the mid? Where do we meet in the middle? Do you know what I mean? At what point do you become tall, dark, and handsome? And have you got to be skinny, or could you be tall and fat and handsome?
I'm dark and handsome, and just not tall.
Yeah.
Hey, is your ball bag quite dark?
In relation to the rest of the skin, yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Why?
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah.
So I've got a black man's penis. In terms of like the darkness. So yeah, I was just so that's how you're celebrating Christmas, is it? With some porridge oats and some honey.
I have a lot of caffeine, yeah.
Caffeine, yeah.
I'm gonna have a drink tonight. I'm literally only having a couple of days off, dude. I've got tomorrow, Boxing Day, the day after, and then I'm back in till New Year. But yeah, I'm sort of making up for lost time. I'm gonna get down and freaky and just keep working. What about you?
What, you're working through Christmas?
Yeah. After Christmas, but up until New Year. Fuck's sake!
Because if
I'm getting loads of text pinging through. I need to figure out, right? I thought when I got this, when I moved.
Let's do it on the podcast. Let's figure it out on the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's go into the logistics on the podcast. All right, go on. What do you need to figure out? How
bicep circumference. No, I need to know how to stop messages pinging up on my fucking laptop mid podcast, because it's well distracting. Me and you struggle at the best of times to stay on flow, and it's like one little thing, a fucking, I don't know, a butterfly could fly past and we'd just be distracted chasing it down the road.
Yeah, like I get distracted 7 times by the orange during the pod. Why don't you ask Macaulay how to start conversations? Then your phone will stop blowing up.
I've just been drawn to the fact that he's alone in there. Do you know what's weird? The bag's spread out like it's harbouring 2 more oranges either side that are invisible.
I did that. I spend a few minutes every now and then just packing it out, so to ensure that the orange doesn't feel alone. It's Christmas. Maybe I'll decorate it. Maybe I will put it in some wine. What mule?
For the benefit of looking wholesome on the pod, I think you should get creative over Christmas.
It's a bit late now.
I think you should get creative over Christmas and move your fruit to a bowl that's off the screen, and you should craft a load of pieces of fruit out of paper mache, and they just remain in the bag. And I think you should do this in public, naked. I think you should just pull your van in Tesco car park and just get your paper mache out.
Yeah, and what I'll do as well is I'll buy a load of pigeons. And I'll encage the pigeons, and I'll spend an entire year teaching them to stay around me, so that I can do this next year. And then when I release the pigeons from the cage, they'll stay with me whilst I make the paper mache naked, and they'll just be like this naked paper mache pigeon guy. And I'll scream at the pigeons, but they'll be trained to not fly away, so I can scream at them, spit at them.
Get out of here! They just stay.
Yeah, they just stay.
Like it's on your arm and you waft it off, and as you bring your arm back, it lands straight back down. Just incredibly loyal.
Yeah, or it just somehow managed to stay. So I'm like, ah! And it's just on my arm, perched still, just hanging on. So I'm throw it, wailing my hands around, wailing my arms around, and it's staying on it.
Back to meeting. I knew someone had ringed on the finger. Just one sec, dude. Sorry about this.
That's all right. It's not like we're busy or anything, you know.
I know it's not like we're filming this to go on.
Hey, so I'm gonna tell a story whilst you do that.
Yeah.
Me and my stepbro were exchanging sex stories. Yes, I went to see my stepbro yesterday, and we were exchanging funny sex stories. And he was telling me that he went out fucking dogging in his car like a while ago, and he said like it was pitch black, and he was in the front seat fucking this girl, and he said he's there, and he's like fucking her, and then all of a sudden his head hit the fucking, you know, like the reading light, like the inside reading light. He said he fucking her, and his head hit the light, and the light just turned on. It's really bright, and it's just like his head like above her, like. And he was saying that the other day, and he's saying the other day that he's got his housemate with him, and he said that his housemate was fucking this girl, but like trying to be quiet, but also started slapping her ass. And then he said, and then so my stepbro was like, my stepbro shouted to him, "Stop fucking around with the light switch," thinking that he was turning the light. He said he sounded like he was turning the light switch on and off. So he thought he was in the other room fucking around with the light switch, and he's slapping her ass.
He was metaphorically fucking around with the light switch.
What does that mean? I didn't get that.
No, me neither. Basically, what do you call it? A euphemism for nailing that ass.
Euphemism, maybe, yeah.
Is it a euphemism?
What's the one where
it sounds like? What is it like? Drop the kids off means having a shit. What's that? Is that a euphemism?
Yeah.
I meant one of those. Yeah. Do you know what's mad, right? I was saying then, every time I do this pod, I always get interrupted by a message or a phone call, and I've not figured it out. And I was actually panicking, thinking, fucking hell, it's unprofessional this. And we get like 4 views on YouTube at the moment. Yeah. All 4 listeners are going to be fuming with this. What are they subscribing for? Why did he come? And I was just thinking, like, even on Joe Rogan's podcast, we've seen, have you ever seen it? He'll have like someone ridiculously famous on, and the phone will just ring midway through. And they've always got to go. He's got a sick bladder, Joe Rogan. He never goes for a piss.
No. I'm the same though, you know, from lorry driving. Like, legit, dude. I used to, because, well, this is the thing, right, is I started to just learn how to hold it a little bit better, because at first the drivers were really annoyed with me, because you deliver bombs, you'd have 2 of you delivering, 2 of you driving, and I drink like, I think, have I told this before? And I drink like 6 liters of water a day because I'm working out, and then I'd literally need a piss every like 35 minutes. And the way they want to do it is they want to drive for 4 hours 15, and then when they swap, that's when you have a little break, a little leg stretch.
Do you think
we'd be driving to like Switzerland or Norway or somewhere? And so like every 35 minutes I need a piss. It's just like when I reflect it, I'm like, I bet they just thought like it's just like being with a kid. It's just like having a child with them.
Yeah, I can relate to that massively. I always would. I wonder if you could craft a lorry where the driver's seat is a toilet, but it's got like a cushion over it, but it's effectively just your shitter. You're always in the right spot to shit or piss at any point, and effectively you can deliver bombs in the lorry and also deliver bombs in the driving seat from your
I'm sure as well. I'm sure as well you'd I'm sure you'd enjoy your office space, especially the fact you've got to share with people, so you'd swap. So like I'd be shitting in the driver's seat, and then someone else would shit in the driver's seat when they're driving.
What happens if the passenger needs the shitter and you're driving? Do you pull over or do you swap them?
No. You got it, because it's time efficiency, isn't it? You got to get there. You got to hustle. You know, we're here to work. We're not here to procrastinate.
We don't like shit. We don't like shit getting in the way of us handling our business.
Exactly. So the driver, he's got his trousers on. He can't just open his legs. He's got to take his trousers off, down, pull them down, move his penis, make sure he's not got no blood, because that's gay. Push his penis to the side. I then sit on his legs and I poo in between his legs.
Or better still, what if he takes his trousers off and you put them on? And you just, after using the toilet, you're just somehow in each other's clothes.
Yeah.
What like identities whilst having a shit.
Yeah, like I have a shit, and then when I get off, I'm wearing his reading glasses and he's got my hat on.
Like when Superman becomes Clark Kent and no one can spot it's him. You like get back to the office and you've got his glasses on and he's like called Paul, but people are calling you Paul and asking how your shift went and that. And you're like, you take them off and like, bloody hell, it's Lee, I didn't recognise you there. How can someone putting glasses on change you the hair? Still the same. You can still see the rest of the face. You can see the whole face. Just with like a little. Imagine if like thieves and like people that go robbing stuff was able to do that. Just like able to just wear glasses and go in a shop with a gun and just steal all the money, or a bank. And when they're arrested for it and took into court, they just take the glasses off and it's suddenly not them.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be divided that guy's wearing glasses. I don't even wear glasses.
And the judge is like, well, I'm at a crossroad here. We have unsurmountable amount of evidence to show that you have done it. But when I do look at you, this man here was wearing glasses. You, sir, are not.
Like the jury's nodding in agreement, and you can hear like little comment. Well, that guy was wearing glasses. Yeah. He couldn't be here now, not in the glasses, because how would he see?
Yeah.
How would he defend his innocence without his glasses if he needed?
How would he? Yeah. How would he prove his innocence without bumping into things? He'd be a mess. He wouldn't even be able to get here.
He wouldn't even be facing the right direction. He's just like facing the wrong way around in the chair trying to talk to the judge.
Yeah. He's just like 40% east, a little bit. Just fucking, just a little off. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little sideways. Tell me about Christmas. I want to know everything. I want to know if Santa's real. I want to know if he's tall, dark and handsome, where he lives, how many chimneys he's been through.
Are his glasses real?
Does he get laid?
Guys.
What does he have for breakfast? Who's he got on Instagram? How many likes has he got? Talk to me. I want to know it all. Christmas tomorrow.
Okay, first of all, I think that Santa fucks his elves. I think it's a hedonistic lifestyle out there, baby. I think that it's like they go to the North Pole and anything goes.
You think it's a lot like a slavery type deal where the elves are actually just want nothing more than to get away from him because he just went through hard labor.
Yeah, like all the female elves have their head shaves and head shaved, and the only ones that don't have their head shaved are the ones that Santa likes to fuck. And it's just like really dark and really like sinister out there. It's just this somber place of, but we're taught that it's not. We're taught that it's all joy and ninny.
Yeah.
What's the ninny muggins?
Yeah. No. Are you having a dinner at your dad's tomorrow? Where are you going? What's your plan? Are you gonna get pissed? Are you gonna have more of a chilled day? What's your thoughts?
What I'm gonna do is so I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna piss the bed. I'm gonna wake up and I'm just gonna piss.
Or are you gonna wake up and go and have a lorry shit?
Yeah, I'll wake up. I'll go into a depot and take a shit in the lorry. Like I'm not even in work. I just go there for the shit. Wake up with my pigeons. What I'm gonna do, dude, is I'm just gonna throw people off the scent. So I'm gonna be surrounded. What I'll do is I'll be surrounded by my family, but I'm gonna wake up. Yeah, I'm gonna put on an outfit, but I'm gonna put on a skeleton. I'm gonna dress up as a skeleton. A skeleton. I'm just dressed up as a skeleton, and then when people get downstairs, I'm gonna have like apple bobbing. I'm gonna start by doing like apple bobbing,
like bringing Halloween to Christmas, really messing up with the festivities.
Yeah, there's gonna be cobwebs all over the trees, over the Christmas tree. There's gonna be bats everywhere, real life bats, actual like poisonous.
Instead of baubles, it's just bats dangling from the tree upside down.
Yeah, and they're poisonous.
Yeah.
Like so you can't if like if they bite you, you've got 4 hours. Like it starts fucking with your nerves. Like it shuts all your nerves down. You got 4 hours until you die.
Nice. They call it like a bat roulette. You don't know who's living or who's dying.
What about you, mate? How are you spending your Christmas? What are you? And don't be serious, for Christ's sake. I'm here to escape the harsh reality of life, bro. You know how it is. I almost didn't do the podcast this morning because I was in a funk about everyday, you know, hang-ups that you get into with life.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a lot of nothing. I think I'm gonna eat lots of crap. I'm just gonna walk around looking the part. You know what I mean? I'm gonna look like I'm having a great Christmas, but I'm probably not. I've not got the feeling this year. I'm not asked about it. I normally get towards it. I've done no preparation. Not really done any shopping. I might pretend it's not even going to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I've so first off, it's good that you brought the energy to the podcast up. I like that you lifted the spirits and
then brought it back down.
But I'm with you, dude. Like obviously we've both been through Christmases like together, haven't we, in the past? And I think this is probably a good shout out to our 4 listeners. Like, I mean, you and I listened to it, you know, and then the two others.
We have both, 2 anonymous.
Yeah, so both. A shout out to both of the listeners to say that, you know, if you are going through Christmas, and let's say you are spending it alone, or there's mishaps, or things have gone on, or this or that, or etc., know that you got plenty more. Because it's like, I spent Christmas in Afghan. I've definitely had Christmases where shit's gone on, relationships, family, blah, 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 whatever it might be. And I've had miserable Christmases. And there's many more to come. So it's like, that's the good thing to bear in mind, isn't it? Like what you can do for this Christmas is like, do a little something for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, a big one for me normally at Christmas is going to the pub in the morning, like sort of at lunchtime. What?
Oh,
about 11 o'clock, the pubs are normally open on Christmas Day in like where I'm from. And everyone normally meets up, you have a few drinks, and then you just go and get smashed for the rest of the day. But I'm in a weird transition at the moment where I'm not too sure. I've not made a proper strict plan about it. So I'm keen to sort of, I'm just gonna have a few drinks. I'm not seeing it as a Christmas that's well thought out, and do you know what I mean? I'm gonna probably it's my first Christmas with a dog as well, so I'll probably just take her for a walk.
Nice. Are you gonna see Smithy and Kyle and that? You reckon?
Yeah, briefly. Yeah, I don't know what the rules are with going around to people's houses, but I'm gonna look and see what the crack is. What I've found is that there's not sort of, because there's not much going on. No one's really planning anything. So I think everyone's more or less just staying at home and just going down that route. But you know what is mad? I don't even think you're allowed to travel out your area at the minute, are you? It's unclear to me because I try and avoid the news, so I'm not certain on there's all these different tiers, and like I think London are going into tier 4 and stuff. I'm not sure what it all means. The only thing I pay attention to is if I'm allowed to tattoo or not. And then outside that little bubble, I don't really listen to. I don't listen to what's going on. What about you?
Same, dude. Like, it's what I find bonkers is when you speak to people, you'd think the world is burning. You'd think like we're being bombed. You know, fucking everything's, you know, you'd think that buildings are blowing up. You'd think that there's fucking earthquakes and like happening like underneath your feet, and then you look out the window and you know you just hear birds singing, and you're like, it's quite, you know, it's quite strange, isn't it? Really, like you listen, people that listen to the news and that, they'll, because I don't pay fuck all attention, dude. This is what the way I've lived my life, and I've always lived my life, is like, and then people be like, oh, but yeah, but it's important to know what's going on. Yeah, but is it though? Is it?
Do you know what I think? Sometimes with the news and stuff, if you can't directly influence something and you don't have a say in what's going on, should you pay attention to it?
Exactly.
Like, do I need to know what's going on in China? Do I need to know how fat Kim Jong-un's ass is? I don't need to know this shit.
No.
For me, it's like, when you direct your attention to shit going on around the world, you're taking away from the here and now of what's going on for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People get mega angry about stuff that has fuck all to do with them, and it's like, it just breeds fucking negativity. Like, why be annoyed about something that's you're never going to have anything to do with? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless it is wrong, but you don't need to give it your time and attention. Do you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Like, someone in Liverpool's upset because somebody in Florida got stabbed, and you're like,
yeah,
you know, you're like, focus on what's going. Like, what? Here's the thing. What do you enjoy doing? What do you enjoy spending your time doing? Are there any activities, hobbies? You know, do you like drawing? Do you like pottery? Do you like fucking?
Brilliant! How the first two hobbies come to mind was drawing and pottery. I don't know anybody that's into pottery. Imagine like what are you doing tonight? Are you going to Manchester getting smashed, or are you staying in doing some pottery?
Yeah, or you might be one of these guys that likes to go on the street early in the morning when everyone's shopping, and you like to fucking, I don't know, you like to have fucking harmonica on your mouth and drums on your back like a turtle, and you fucking you're walking along.
Do you know if you, when you said them for a sec ago, if you said, you know, when you get these questions on like game shows and stuff, and you have to finish someone's sentence, and you turn around and said, what are your hobbies? Do you like drawing? Are you into blank space? And you had to fill that word in. If I had 1,000 guesses, I wouldn't come up with the word pottery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd come up with all kinds of mad shit. Do you like cycling? Do you like fucking going on runs? Do you like fucking going to the cinema? Do you like going out for meals? Pottery would have been right down there with the
squirrel suit jumping, jumping off rocks in squirrel suits.
Do you not think that they're amazing things? Them squirrel suits, aren't they? Have you seen the ones where people just jump off a cliff and it's like land where the hills are going down and they're like coming down, just missing cliffs and that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen one where someone hits a bridge. How
are they that effective though? Like, when you look at them, it almost don't look real, does it? Because they're literally flying. They're obviously slowly coming down, but they just look like they're flying, don't they?
Aerodynamics, baby.
Baby.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Science and stuff. I hate it when I say something random and you give a pause. It's like it fills me with anxiety. It makes me really reflect on what's been said, and I'm thinking,
yeah,
pauses are quite brutal, aren't they? If someone really pauses during a conversation and like the pausing in a way like if the thing, especially if you've said something controversial. What did I say the other week? I said something and you just paused.
Yeah, and I said I'll let you sit in it.
Yeah, it made you allowed me to feel awkward on our own podcast. Thank you. Thanks for that.
Thank you. That was very thoughtful of you around this beautiful Christmas atmosphere. Yeah, no, what it was is you said something and then immediately it triggered some in my head where I was like, what's that thing that reminded me of? And then I'd realized, oh shit, it's too late. I need to say something. And then I was like, no, we've already paused for long enough. Now you just got to keep pausing. You got to pause this one out.
So initially it wasn't intentional, but then you realized it was quite brilliant.
Yeah, and then I thought I'm just gonna do it. And also right at the beginning of our pods, right, there was I don't know why I did this, but at the beginning, one of the things that I enjoyed doing is pausing and not saying anything and then watching how uncomfortable it made you feel. So then like we'd be talking and then I'd do this and then I'd kind of like wink at the camera and then you'd be like so that's how you'd start the sentence, because there'd be a pause. You'd start with so in your like really northern
What I find, and one thing we do is like, and I don't know if it's the right way to do it, but it is how we do it. We literally sign in Zoom together. There's not really any sort of arranging anything, and we just hit record, so it throws us in there. And what happens with a conversation, you can start speaking to someone, it can have a hint of awkwardness at the start, be quite quiet, but it snowballs on, it gains traction, doesn't it? And it gains speed and momentum and starts flowing better as it goes on. So in a way, the fact that we don't have anything written down, we don't arrange anything, it just makes it feel natural. And that's why sometimes it's a bit thingy at the start, like, how do we start this shit? Do we talk about we talk about shitting quite a lot. We need to work on that. Imagine if 5 years down the line we're just still talking about shitting on every pod.
Only dream.
But then does that become our thing and the listeners demand the shit talk? Like, where do you draw the line? When do you move past a subject? When do you outgrow something? Do you know what I mean? Is this jumper too big for me or too small? What do we do?
I've become too
How
tall.
many press ups do we do before we come on the pod? I need to know these things.
Yeah,
these are the kind of things I need to know.
Like, do you remember though when we were in the army, there was a group of us. We formed an alliance, and this alliance were the people that had the ability to talk shit, and we called it Shit Talk. And it was me, you, Winnie. Shout out to Matt Win Bomb, Quinny, Lachlan, Perry Moore, Homo, Robert Homans. Like, these were the people that we could like go for a pint and Bobby Drake, and we could just make shit up. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. We could start just, I don't know how, like, we would in fact, dude, let's do that. Let's practice on that, dude, because I enjoy that as well. Like, I think we kind of do it anyway, but I remember when we'd go like, we'd get taxis and we'd go into town, and then in the taxi one of us would just say Rachel got killed by a dolphin, and then someone would go, and like, there's no Rachel, there's no dolphin, obviously, and then someone would say, oh no, Rachel fucking Jeff's daughter. And we'd be like, and then you go off on a
like improv, innit? You
improv,
add into the
there was that thing again where I fucking say all the words in the fucking world, and you just say one word, and I go,
there's already a term for it.
Yeah. Like,
dude, I just leant to the side a little bit and a little fart squeezed out. I didn't even mean for it to happen. And I could have got away with it, but I wanted to be open with you. I feel like we're an open book, so
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
It went unnoticed, and I decided to bring it to your attention.
Yeah. A little Christmas.
We deliver this package to you.
I think the word is verbose. That's what I struggle with. I'm very verbose, which I think means to fucking use words. Wordiness.
There's a case in point to what we said before about pissing, because I really need one, so I'm going to pause this shit. Or do I leave it running? Who knows?
I'm recording as well, dude. I started recording straight away, so I got your bum on there. So
did you actually?
Nah, I wish I had.
I was about to say we have to crop that shit.
Yeah, like that would be the fun.
People don't want to see that shit, but I'm pausing. I'm going to go for it.
All right, shall I stop? Shall I pause? Shall I record? Shall I carry on? Should this be done?
Like, Zoom!
We're resumed?
We're resumed. Feel resumed. You may resume.
Oh, fuck off!
What?
No, I don't know.
I'm so bad for holding wheezing. I can't even survive the night. I have to go for a wee every night, and it's fucking annoying. Dude. Do you know how many issues can get caused through needing a piss during the night?
Okay, let's go over
I'm going to explain them. I'm going to explain the problems I have to deal with every night.
But can I guess a few?
Let me start you off.
All right,
you have to navigate in the dark.
Right.
to the toilet. But bearing in mind, before you've navigated to the toilet in the dark, after feeling round everything, you've got to fucking you've got to rub. Sorry, you've got to.
What have you got to rub?
Yeah.
You don't have to rub anything.
You've got to get out. You've got to get out of your bed, which is difficult enough because you can't ignore it. You know what happens to me? I get woke up by a dream about pissing myself, and that's telling my brain I need to go for a wee. So then I shoot up and I have to navigate to the toilet in the dark. Then you've got to basically piss by sound. You've got to listen to it landing in the toilet, which sometimes you can get it on the floor. That's only a few of the problems. What can you think?
Why can't you turn the light on?
Because there's other people in the house, and
yeah, but there's not other people in your bathroom.
No, but there's right across the way is another bedroom. You know what I mean?
Do you not have a door on your toilet?
Yeah, I don't know. Just for some reason, I don't put the bathroom light. I'm gonna go for a wee.
Because you know the other day when I said to you, oh, and by the way, right? So you know the other day when I was making a coffee, and I said, oh, I don't enjoy coffee and tea in my van as much as I do everywhere else because I don't have any sugar. And you were like, that's such a easy problem to fix.
I know the answer for this.
And I've now got sugar up there. And I got it yesterday. And because I was like, yeah, you're right. This is an easy problem to fix.
Do you know why? Do you know why I don't turn the light on in the bathroom?
Go on, enlighten me.
Enlighten, because it wakes you up more than you need to be woken up, because the light fucking stimulates your eyes, and your only mission is to wee as fast as possible and get straight back to sleep. Mm-hmm. So, and also if you turn the light on, it makes navigating back to your bed even harder because your eyes have got used to the light, and that's the reason more than the fact that there's other people in the house. But then what also tends to happen is if you're not very effective with your aiming, you can land wee on the floor, and then you ever had to use your sock as a mop and just wipe it up on you. I've never done this either. It's hypothetical.
Yeah, you're like, I'm like, no, and you're like, nah, me neither.
Yeah. Hello?
For anything other than,
dude, I totally lost you again then. And that, dude, there's just been another moment where the laptop paused for a second. We'll see this playing it back, but you're being quite an interesting pose. That one I did was brilliant, where my arm was up there. But,
I know the previous pod, dude. That was so to date. What episode was that? 12, 11?
It was the last one, yeah. I think.
What was the last one you just uploaded? Because I uploaded the 10-minute.
Yeah,
the 10-minute
episode 11.
It was episode 11, was it? Was it or 12?
There's still more to be said about pissing in the night.
Yeah, we'll go back to it. But I was going to say, I was going to.
Just let me have my moment. I need this. I need to speak about this because it happens to me every night.
No, of course. We'll cover it. We'll come back to it, dude. It's crucial. If it's a crucial part of your life, I'm not going to undermine it. But undermine it. Mine? Fuck me. But yeah, that to date, that little clip was the thing that made me the laugh out of the entire all the episodes we've done. That was the thing that made me laugh the most. Was you saying
small things.
Yeah, and it was
it wasn't intended, was it? So it was just
no, it wasn't planned, and it was the fact that it was perfectly timed because you set yourself up to say something. You said, "Yeah, dude, it's like," and then you went, and I was like this with my coffee. I was like, and I noticed it had gone quiet, so I was like, and then put it down, and then all of a sudden it just said, and I put it down on there, and then you were like, "Hey, dude," and I was like, "Nope."
You know what's funny? While you just seen a freeze frame of me, on my end is I'd have just carried on speaking that whole time. Do you know what I mean? Like proper getting my point across, like it's brilliant or something. And then you just turn around and say, mate, I missed all of that. Do you ever get talking so much where like you're on the phone to someone and they've actually gone off the phone and you've spoke for like an extra 30 seconds because you're telling a story and you've said the whole thing and then you go, what do you think about that? And we're not even on the phone. I've done that so many times. And you've spoke for a ridiculous amount of time longer, like at least a minute or something.
So this is what I do to my friends, right? So if my friends are in the toilet and they're taking a shit and we're in a public place, I'll start a conversation with them and get them saying something quite hearty and quite long-winded. And then I've done it at I'll do it at like weddings and things like that when like, do you know, like good times or like out like weddings or drinking with friends. And what you do is you start a conversation with them and then you sneak out the door. You just like really quietly go out the door. Like you like.
While they're looking at you?
No, because they're shitting. So they got the door shut and they're talking to you out loud. And then you sneak out the door. So then they're going. So then you know that like you do it with people in there and you know that people will come in as well. And they'll just go blah, 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 talking along like.
That's fucking brilliant. I'm going to try that.
One of my favorite things to do.
Yeah. How do you create that situation? Can that only be done if you're in a public toilet?
Yeah, it's really simple. Like, let's say you're, it's really simple. It's just like if like the minute your mate's going for the toilet, and you need a toilet as well, you just go with them. And if they're, you know, they got to be shitting for it to work. But yeah, or I've done it where like I know they're shitting, I've gone in, and I know they've gone toilet, I've gone in, and then I'm like, so I know it's them. So then you just say something. Like I might be like a friend of mine, like Frey. I might be like, I don't know, Frey, I can see your bumhole or something like that. Or put your bumhole away or something like that. And then he'll start, and then he'll start talking, and then I'll just start talking about something or anything, and then and then just sneak out.
I keep noticing you fidgeting with your hat a lot, and I think it'd just be quite funny for you to just do it constantly throughout the pod, just like as you talk and just fiddle around like it's you know, like a dog that's cleaning itself or something. It's like one of the things. You kept going like that, like loads of adjustments, and I don't even think you realised you was doing it. It was in like mid, you know, like when you're speaking but you're fiddling with something in your hand and you don't even realise you're doing it, like a bit of blue tap or something.
Yeah, like you with the fucking tube last week.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny. That you seen the thing of fear in my eyes as my thumb got stuck in.
I haven't watched it though. You have to let me know.
You need to look back. It created a vacuum around my thumb and it got sucked in. Got sucked off.
I just thought that pausing one that we were on about, that's on the one I uploaded because I recorded it as well, didn't I? So it's the 10-minute clip.
7 minutes in, yeah.
Yeah. And I realised as well that this started at the front and where I fidgeted so much is now at my ear. You fidget
that much by the end of the podcast, your hoodie's just gone backwards and like you're not even sat in the same spot. You're just like sat right at the back of your van. You go from like lay on your bed or something. You've just got this really weird habit to fidget and like one shoe's on the other foot and it just all gets a bit topsy-turvy.
All gets a bit jiggery pokery. Yeah, I just end up on the roof.
It all gets a bit Haagen-Dazs. Oh, that's ice cream. Doesn't really work.
I like that ice cream though. Hey, what's your favourite ice cream?
Hey, what's your favourite ice cream and why? Them horrible questions in school when it'd ask you to explain something and then right at the end it'd have and why. Yeah.
Explain your what's your favourite ice cream and explain your workings out.
I like cookie dough, Ben and Jerry's, Paul and Fordy's. Do you remember Viennetta?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, wasn't it? The big log thing, minty log.
Yeah, with the chocolate and when you log. when you cut through it as well, you got to try and get through the chocolate, and it doesn't really work that well, so you end up mashing it down.
You just get a coat hanger and mash that fucker's brains out. What would it take for you to shave your beard off? Like what sort of like? Because what I've noticed when people have a beard, when they shave it off, the chin looks really small. You know, if you've seen someone with a beard for like a year and then they shave it off, it looks like the chin finishes like here, just below the lip. Like, oh, I just had to shave it off. It's like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I shave it off and I don't have a malleable, the mandible. I don't have the bone here. Like there's no such thing. It's not even here. It's
how
just
brilliant would it look?
Where my lips are is where it ends.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Where your lip is, it just goes back there to your jaw.
Yeah, all of this just no, I'd shave it, dude. I thought about shaving it the other day. I'd shave it.
That'd be brilliant, dude. I think you should do this. Just shave it off this morning and go around to your girlfriends with it shaved off. And it's just like not there anymore. But you just, do you know what I mean? It's like a big one of them moments where it's like a shock and awe moment.
I want to shave my head.
Would you shave your head fully?
I wouldn't bick it, but I want to shave it.
Just shave your head and beard this morning and just go around.
Come on the pod next week, a different person.
Just start taking mass quantities of steroids and shave your head and beard and just walk around the gym really boisterously, like slamming weights down inappropriately and like making them noises. Do you know what I mean?
What I'd do, dude, is I'd make tennis noises. So as I'm pushing away, I'd be like, ah! 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 Yeah.
Yeah, just like.
How are you enjoying training? Like, so how heavy did you deadlift today? Like, I've not deadlifted in a while.
Not heavy at all, dude. Just nice.
Talk me through it. There's no ego here. There's no
No, I'm getting to that. It was nice. It was 80 kilos, and it just felt.
How much?
80 kilos. It was just a lot.
No judgment. Yeah.
No judgment, hi, you little bitch.
Yeah.
No, just put 80 on. It was literally just comfortable, but the reps were it was quite just slow and steady reps. No slamming the weights. You know, where the weights contact the floor nicely, and then a drive up, but everything's slow and precise. You know what I mean? Like I do get people like when people are aggressively doing things, but because I'm getting back into it, I'm doing everything now. I'm doing everything, going through all the moving points, going through everything slow and steady, and just doing quality reps. I'm not too asked about the weight at the moment. I'm more asked about it because after each set, I was out of breath and felt like my muscles felt warm, but I wasn't slamming it down in agony. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't absolutely pushing myself, but I did quite a few sets. I did 4 sets with just the bar, and then I probably did about another 5 sets with 80k, just doing like 8 to 10 reps, but having short rests between, but keeping it quite controlled. You know what I mean? I wasn't too fussed in maximizing. I wasn't too fussed in the weight itself or the rep range. I was just going with the flow. Do you know what I mean? But
if I could give one bit of advice to everybody when it comes to, I just thought this now really, and it's like when you say that, when it comes to lifting, a lot of the time, where people struggle to build muscle, the majority of the time is they don't treat it as a meditation. Like I think bodybuilding can be a meditation. I think it's important. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Once you got the technique down and you know what you're doing, it's important to then lift heavy to get strength and to get like a solid foundation of muscle. You want rock hard muscle, so you want to lift heavy for that. And there's a time and a place. So yeah, sometimes you're going to go, you might do, let's say you do 4 sets of 6 and you do ascending sets. So you're gonna up the weight. You might start off at 60 kilo and take it to 80, or rather start at like 70, take it to 90, take it to 125, then take it to 140 on the last one, or whatever you might be, whatever, adjust the numbers accordingly to your size and strength and whatnot.
Yeah.
However, the thing, like, you're bang on, dude. Like, well, you know it, and I know you know this. I'm not saying this for your benefit. I'm saying it for like anyone listening as well. That's like, is it's so important to move slow, learn fast. Like, when I teach my people that haven't lifted before, I'll have them do the exercise and pause. So let's say you're doing a lat pull down. All right, you want your chest on a bit of string or tinsel, you know, because it's Christmas. You're going to pull that chest up and you're going to engage your lats. You're going to pull down here, pause. Like, I'll have them pause at the bottom for like 1 or 2 seconds and do 20 reps, so they feel it. They know their body lights up. And I think where people tend to go wrong is they're not focused on, alongside not eating properly and not being consistent and not training enough. Like,
you have to listen to your body.
It's important. Yeah, you need to, and you need to slow it down. And it needs a meditation, almost a meditation. Like, you need to give yourself the right amount of rest. If you're lifting heavy, give yourself 3 to 5 minutes rest. If you're lifting lighter, give yourself 1.5 minutes off to 2 minutes.
What I've found as well, and like, I know with like CrossFit and all, like, can be dynamic, but the shape of the reps in these, you know, these CrossFits, when they do chin ups, they literally just swing the body, and it's sheer momentum. It's not engaging their muscles in an isolated way where they're really getting like plyometric movement. It's more like there's a lot of swinging about, and I find that although it's effective CrossFit, I personally do prefer to separate the strength and resistance training to any sort of cardio based stuff, in the form of, I do prefer the more controlled reps, and I do prefer things being targeted more specifically, because it's like with anything with CrossFit, when they're pushing the weight up, any sort of powerlifting, it's always like they're always using the whole body to assist the movement, so it's less isolated and it is effective. But for me, I've never been a big fan of it. I do prefer this and that, do you know what I mean, rather than combining it. And one thing that I've never had, and I can genuinely say this, and I've trained to like quite a good level, I've never been out of action with a bad injury, apart from when I broke my foot in the army, but that was just related to military training. Like, I've never tore a muscle or fucking fucked my back up through bad quality reps, or pulled my shoulder out through not warming up properly, not being as flexible, do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying I've got the right answer, but what I do works for me, and it's very much always has done. And I do always listen to the body. I don't go in and think, oh, I've not trained for ages, I'm going to stick 100 key on and blast my legs so I can barely walk tomorrow. For me, that's not productive. Why would I ever want to incapacitate my body? Why would I want to be barely able to walk? I think you build up slowly, mate, and you're able to always efficiently train. Why would you want to fuck yourself up on one?
So do you work with progressive overload? Have you heard of it?
Yeah, so I wouldn't overload at all initially getting back into it. I'd only do that once the muscle's able to deal with it, and I sort of decide that on the day. I wouldn't say, right, next Thursday I'm gonna overload on a back routine. I'm gonna do some negative reps, or like I'm not gonna go into that. I'm gonna decide near the time. So my training is less structured, and it's more deciding for myself on the day, which obviously nothing's better than structured, you know what I mean? Like, it is good to sort of plan things out, but with me, I've hit a point where I am sort of quite relaxed with it. I'm not trying to be Mr. Olympia. I'm not trying to be the fittest guy in the world. I'm trying to, for me, it's a maintenance of the body. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, for those that are listening, I'm going to cover progressive
Every
overload.
time you say for those that are listening, and I get why you're doing it, because obviously if you ever go somewhere with the podcast.
Oh yeah, like 10 years from now.
Yeah, no, I think it's brilliant, but I've just got this thing in my head what's making me want to smirk a little bit, thinking for all those two that are listening. One of which...
No, what I was trying to do, mate, is you know, like where we've done it before, where we've talked about shit and we've said something that we know what we're talking about and other people might not.
Yeah, so you're saying it for the benefit of anyone that might watch.
Yeah, yeah. Like if we go into this and we start going into it and talking about it, and then someone's like, well, what are they talking about? I don't know what they're talking about. Just to really, really summarize quickly, progressive overload is this. I use progressive overload with clients at the beginning. I use it at the beginning so that they can do it by themselves. They can go off without me and do it by themselves. I can program them online stuff and they know what they're doing. Progressive overload is this. If you're on a bench press and let's say you do 4 sets of 10 reps, you do 4 sets of 10 at 20 kilo. What you then do is you do 4 times 10 equals 40. So that's how many reps you've done, 40 times by 20. So now all of a sudden you've done 800. So you've done 800 kilograms. What you've bench pressed today is 800 kilograms. What we need to do is ensure that over time that weight increases. And what you'll do is you'll do different reps, different sets, and different weight. So the next week you might do 4 sets of 16 reps on a bench press. 4 times 16, 64. And let's say you do less weight this time. Now you're going to do less weight.
Yes, so you're thinking in terms of totality, aren't you?
What you'll do, and then let's say 5 weeks, and then how you progress is you do different rep ranges, different sets, 5 sets of 3 reps, where you go heavy, 4 sets of 16, 4 sets of 8 reps, 4 sets of 12 reps, and you change the weight, but you ensure that every time you come back to, not every time, but when you come back to it, let's say the next time I do 4 sets of 10, last time I did 4 sets of 10 reps at 20 kilo. This time I'm going to do 1 set at 20 kilo. My second set, I'm going to do at 22.5 kilo. And then the third and the fourth set, I'm going to go back to 20. So that 1 set, I've done 22.5 kilos. So now I've not lifted 800 kilo. I've lifted, I don't know, 10 times 2.5. What's that?
820, just that's something.
Yes, like round about 825 kilo or round about whatever the mass is. I don't want to. Yeah, so like, so you ensure, and what you can do when you do that is you build muscle and you build strength over time, and you reduce the risk of injury. So like that's a good way of doing it, and that's what I do with my clients in the beginning. I do that in the beginning. I do continue to do that. However, I think it's also important to push yourself and not get, because you can get lazy, and I've done it in the past. Where I've got lazy with my training, where I've kind of, when I finish the reps, I've been at about a 6 or a 7 in terms of effort. Like I probably could have done 5 more, but I know that, oh, well, I'm still progressing. And so now what I do is I do progressive overload, but I also have sessions where I might do 2 to 3 warm-up sets where I'm just building the weight. And that 1 set that I do, I go fucking balls to the wall and I go all out. And it's like, right, no, when I think I'm done, I'll do 5 more. And that's when you start to like you say, Mr. Olympia bodybuilding, you're not that. But I think it's important to do that. And I know that my clients enjoy that. And I know that everyone enjoys that. And it's a great way to train. And like, you do that once
if you don't do more and push yourself, the body doesn't feel the need to grow. So no, I understand all that, mate. And
no, I know you do.
I agree with it as well.
No, I'm explaining. Like I said, I'm summarizing what we're talking about to other people.
Yeah.
You know, like you're qualified PT as well, dude. I'm aware of that. I'm not undermining you.
No, I'm agreeing with it. But for mine's when I speak about training. When you speak, you're collectively talking about what works for people. And when I speak, because I don't practice it for other people, what mine's more from what tends to work for me. So I never disregard any type of training, because moving the body in any way is working the muscles. So whatever you do, whatever you practice, whatever you're lifting, whatever you're doing, will benefit you as long as it's utilizing the muscles. So yeah, it's just what I've found for me over time, like, because I've tried all different things, and for me at the moment, I want to never be out of action. Do you know what I mean? So I do push myself, but I always listen to the body. If I'm going in the gym thinking, right, today I'm gonna leave this gym, I'm gonna leave this gym and I'm gonna proper work the body. I'm gonna lift every year. I'm gonna do extra reps there. Do you know what I mean? But when you get in mid-session, if I feel like that set could pull my shoulder or finger, I'm not doing it. Whereas before, when I was a bit younger, I might have thought, oh no, I've got to do this set. I've got to, do you know what I mean? So I massively do listen to the body. And I think this is something you do get the ability to do over time. Do you know what I mean?
You do, yeah. You definitely learn. Yeah. I think you learn by practice and experience. You can learn from other people as well, though. That's where, you know, my job comes in, where as a PT is, if someone doesn't know what they're doing, pay someone who knows what they're doing. And my intuition like is pretty fucking spot on. Like, I'll intuitively know people's weights by just I don't know, I don't even think about it. I just know what's going to be good for them in terms of reps. And same with the injury, dude. The only injury I've ever had in like the 15 years I've been training lifting is I specifically said lifting, because jiu-jitsu and kickboxing and Muay Thai, I've injured myself, and it's quite hard not to. You're in a contact.
Yeah, because it's not, you can't account for what the other person's going to do. If you're training, accidents happen, don't they?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna wrap it up there. I think it's time. I've got to set up. I've got my last tattoo on today, and then for Christmas I'm doing a couple of hours this morning, bit of shopping this afternoon, and then
finish at 3, don't you?
Yeah, 3.
Good.
But yeah, have a good day, dude. And I'm stopping the recording now, motherfucker.